guys, Preacher 357 here. Back out here on the range because I have finished up my 1,000 round testing on the Ruger Security 380. Now, if you've seen the original video I did, as well as the video I did of the Beretta Cheetah, the 80X, I mentioned some things about the Ruger Security 380 in there because I compare the Beretta to the Ruger in that video. And one of the things that, if you remember the original video I did with the Security 380, was that I had some light primer strikes. It was just with one type of ammo, but I kind of worried about that maybe in order to get this light rack system, you know, where it's easy to rack, they had to make the hammer spring, because this is a hammer fire gun, they had to make it a little lighter than you would like. And that given time and enough rounds through the gun, that the hammer spring might get a little less strong. It might weaken. And in so doing, you might get more and more light primer strikes. And that might be an issue the gun has, where you're having to replace the hammer spring quite often to keep enough tension. So that was one concern I had. The other thing I mentioned in the Beretta video was that the Beretta, that design, that type of firearm had been around a long time, and I even pointed to my Beretta 92S that I've got, which was manufactured, I think, in the late 70s, that, you know, that gun was 40-something, going on 50 years old now, and I never had a single malfunction with it. And it was still running just like it always had, and that, you know, when you had a Beretta, a steel frame gun, or you know, in that case, I'm not sure if the whole thing was steel on the Beretta 80X, if it was, the frame was aluminum like on some of the Beretta 92s. But with it being a metal frame gun, I guess is what I'm trying to say, you feel like you're going to get more longevity out of it than out of a gun that's basically made out of plastic, right? So in comparing the two, I thought that the Ruger really was a better shooter, in my opinion. I thought it even had a better recoil, less recoil, even though it was lighter, really. It feels lighter, should be lighter with a polymer frame. But my question was, what kind of longevity are you going to get out of it? You know, having that Beretta 80X, you can probably pass that down to kids and grandkids, right? That gun's going to be around a while. Didn't know if the Ruger Security 380, with it being something of a budget handgun, really, it's not expensive at all, you know, if it would really be a gun that would last that long. So I had a lot of questions about it, so I thought, well, I better do a 1,000 round review. I better put some rounds through this gun and see how it holds up. So that's what I've done. I've taken it out, I've shot it for 1,000 rounds more than what I'd already shot it. So this is not 1,000 rounds, including what I shot in the first video and everything since. It's just from when I started the 1,000 round review, I'd put 1,000 extra rounds through it. So we're probably up in the close to 2,000 rounds probably total through this gun now. And so now I can report, you know, what kind of durability this gun has. And so far, I'm pleased. I am pleased with how this gun has performed. As I mentioned in the first video, and if you've seen some of the other videos on some of the Ruger 380s that I've done, haven't had the best of luck with them, but this one is proved to be a gem. It really has. That may lay down die on me in the video here, but so far it's been great. All I've had problems with are those light primer strikes, and that was just with a couple of types of ammunition. In the first video was the Armscore ammunition. I still had some more of that I shot and still was getting those light primer strikes. And the Monarch ammunition, which is an Academy brand, getting light primer strikes with that as well. Everything else ran perfectly. So, you know, I don't like that. I wish the hammer spring was strong enough to set any ammunition off, but I understand why they did what they did for this light rack system. And it looks like any of your higher level of ammunition, those are inexpensive brands, let's just put it that way. Any of your more higher level price ammunition, target ammunition, seems to be fine. I'm trying to be politically correct there, you know. If it's not cheap ammo, it's going to run through it, put it that way. So I've been pleased with that, and it has held up. I have not had any malfunctions with it whatsoever. I did have one round that failed to feed into the chamber, but it turns out that was an ammunition problem, and I'm not going to mention the manufacturer. because I've had problems with every brand of manufacturer out there at some point. I've had something go wrong with ammunition. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. But it turns out that round, the case was longer than spec, which was keeping it from fully chambering in the firearm. It needed to be cut down a little bit more. That had gotten through somehow or another, and I let the manufacturer know, and that's been dealt with. So it is what it is, but that was not the gun's fault. So very, very pleased with the performance. But we need to do a little bit of shooting here, just so you can see that yes, this gun is still functioning, and it's got a little wear on it now. But overall, the coating here, the finish, it's all held up really well. Pretty pleased with that as well for a budget offering. And Ruger did a good job with this one, I think. The only thing I still don't like about the gun is that the magazines are basically 9mm magazines. They put a spacer in the back of them to make them the right length for .380, and I don't like that. It hasn't caused any problems really, other than the ammunition wants to jump out when you load it. I don't know why that is. A lot of times you push it into the mag and it pops right back out. That's annoying, and I don't know if that's because of that spacer, but that's annoying. I don't like that very much, but that's a very, very minor thing. So why don't we do a little bit of shooting? But before we do that, if you would check out the description, there's a link there for Weatherbeard Supply Company, where you can get some great beard care products. I've been using those products for about a year now. I love them. I've actually got some of the Rustic Ridge beard oil on right now, and I smell fantastic. I wish you could smell how good this stuff smells right now on me. Unfortunately, you can't smell it through YouTube. You can't smell it through the camera. I wish you could. Though last week, when I did that video on the Walther P22Q, it's a good thing you couldn't smell me, because I was pretty rough then. I've been outside for a long time, so I'm glad you couldn't smell me then. And I'm sweating pretty good now, so I don't know. I can still smell the beard oil, but the rest of me may not smell too good. But normally I wouldn't want you to smell me, but right now, if you could smell this beard oil, it smells great. So if you would, check out Weatherbeard Supply Company. There's a link there, and there's the code Preacher357 that should automatically be applied. If not, you can type it in, and you'll get 10% off of your purchase, and then I will get a percentage to help me buy guns and ammo. So if you would, check out Weatherbeard Supply. It's what I use, and it's great products. Also, there's a link there for the GOA, the Gun Owners of America, where you can join in, become a member, donate, get in the fight. Also, there's a link there for the TFA, the Tennessee Firearms Association. If you live in the great state of Tennessee like I do, you can join up with the TFA as well, and I encourage you to do so. Both of these organizations have an annual meeting coming up. The GOA Summit is in August in Knoxville, and the TFA has their annual get-together in September in Lebanon, Tennessee. So maybe I'll even see some of you guys there. If you would, come on out. It's free to go to the GOA Summit if you're a member of the GOA. So if you hadn't joined up, go ahead and do that through my link, and then you can come to that. And the TFA right now, there's some tickets available on the website. And you can come to the TFA annual meeting as well. And in fact, Eric Pratt from the GOA is going to be there speaking. So I encourage you to come out to that as well, and hopefully see some of you there. But why don't we get over here and do a little bit of shooting now? Of course, I've only got the 2 magazines that come with it, the 10-rounder and the 15-rounder, I believe it is. And that's all I've got. I haven't bought any more magazines. You'd think when I was doing that 1,000-round review, I'd went ahead and bought some, but I should have, and I didn't. I'm going to start out with a 15-rounder here. See if we can hit anything. It is mighty steamy today. I think the heat index a little bit ago, before the sun started going down, it started cooling off, was about 110. So if you see all this sweat on me, there's a reason, because it's still probably close to 100 right now, heat index. All right, here we go. give me fits, ain't they? Not gonna be my day. I actually thought I shot pretty good when I shot it on paper earlier. There we go. Got the cowboy target there hanging a little different than he was. My old system of some shepherd's hooks pretty much had just laid down and died on me. So I bought a thing that goes on top of a T-bar post, a T-post, and put him up that way. So he's a little higher than he used to be. Sitting up a little higher. Maybe that won't affect my shooting too much. I was really used to shooting all the way at the ground at him, but I just have to bring it up a little bit. I think I can do that. There went one of those rounds out on the ground I got to search through the grass for. Just jumped right out of the magazine. I told you how annoying that is. But it is what it is. Not everything in life is going to be exactly the way you want it. That's okay. We just learn to live with it. We learn to adapt and get by the best we can. Do the cowboy a little bit more, and then we'll go out there to 35 as well. I said we're going to go out to 35. Not getting the best sight picture right now with both eyes open. As my eyes change as I get older, sometimes that seems to be the case. I don't get as good a sight picture with two eyes now as I used to. And so sometimes now I have to close my right eye because I'm left eye dominant. And so I have to close my right eye to get a better sight picture, which is kind of annoying. Not something I like having to do, but you know, that's life. Well, just don't think I'm shooting very well today, to be honest. And sometimes that happens. Some days you got it, some days you don't. And there's another one popped out. There are days I just can't seem to get anything right. And then there seems like there's days where just everything you do just seems like it's perfect. Those are few and far between. And the ones where you're completely incompetent, those tend to be few and far between, but the older I get, the more they seem to be a regularity. Just not able to do all the things you used to do the same way you used to do them. When you're young, you think your body's always going to be the same and nothing will ever change. And then there comes a point where you start realizing that's not the truth. And that point was a while back for me, but it becomes more and more evident every day. All right, let's go out here to 100 yards and to the littler target at 80 yards and see if we can hit anything out here. I'm hoping my zoom camera I've got out there is still clear. It kept fogging up on me earlier because it's so steamy out here. It may be so blurry you can't even see out there, but I'm hoping it's still clear. Let's try the one at 100. I saw that. Can't tell where they're going. All right, that one's short. That one's still short. I think we're still short. Let me bring it up even more. All right, I heard that. If you're ever wondering, 380 is not a long distance cartridge. It hasn't got a lot of velocity. I'm holding up a lot. Yeah, I'm holding up a lot to get it over there. I mean, you're probably looking at 800 feet per second, 850, you know, for a 380 out of a 4-inch barrel, and this isn't even 4-inch. So you get out 100 yards and you really don't have a lot of velocity, so you're kind of lobbing them in. All right, let's try the one at 80. Maybe it'll be a little better. Hey! Well, that one went way short. What the deal? I don't know how that happened. Yeah, well, I got it once. That's kind of better than I expected. But, you know, this video is really not about my expertise shooting because, well, I've never claimed to be an expert. Probably better than a lot of people because of how many rounds I put down range. But I'm sure there's a bunch of you guys out there who are much better shots than I am. In fact, when I look at the comment section, it seems like pretty much everybody's a better shot than I am. So maybe you guys will eventually put some videos up and give me some pointers. Lots of experts on the internet out there, and very few of them are putting out any channels I can get any tips from. I don't know why that is. Why y'all are keeping all of your knowledge to yourselves and not sharing it with the world. Just stingy, I guess. All right, I'm gonna shoot 2 more mags. The main thing is it's feeding everything. You know, like I said, this is a gun that probably has close to 2,000 rounds through it now, and it's running like a champ. It really is. And I ran it about 500 rounds in each range session I did to get to 1,000 rounds in my test. And I went 500, cleaned it, and 500 more. Never had any issues. I have a feeling it would have kept running up to 1,000 rounds if I'd never cleaned it. Let's just do a little bit more shooting here. All right, red plates here. Saw that, didn't you? That little plate just dropped back down to taunt me. Just dropped down to taunt me. I never even get to it. Can't seem to get this one. Well, when I shot the target earlier, it looked like it was going a little bit low. So I've been holding a little high. But maybe that's not right. I don't know. Let me see. All right. Yeah, I still held a little high to get him. I'm just not being consistent or what? Well, you guys know I can't end on a miss. So I'm gonna load this 10 rounder up one more time and shoot some bigger stuff that I know I can hit. And then I'll call it good. Because I think the point has been proven. The Ruger Security 380 is a reliable gun and it's a durable gun. And overall, I am pleased with what Ruger has brought to market. I really am. Try that little one more time. Once or twice, maybe. There we go. Oh my God. What in the world? Apparently I forgot how to shoot, guys. Got so excited about hitting that little one, I can't hit the cowboy now. There we go. I don't know what happened there. Just is what it is. There you go. The Ruger Security 380. I am sweaty. I am hot, but I'm having a good time. Yeah, there it is. I mean, this is a fine little gun. Really is. Even if I'm not shooting it very well today, pretty sure that's just me and not the gun. So, 1,000 rounds plus whatever else I shot through it, and she's still running like a dream. So there you go, guys. The Ruger Security 380. Appreciate you guys coming out. God bless you. Y'all take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time.